I'm being called to give you an astrology reading here. A quick one, nothing too in-depth, but we'll get you as much information as you need to hear. So I hope all of you are doing well, that you're happy, healthy, and having some fun in life. Let's go ahead and see what we've got here. We've got Leo energy, self-confidence, loyalty, and creativity. I'm hearing you're inspired here, taking inspiration from loved ones, from something or someone you love, taking inspiration, giving protective energies to somebody. Your confidence keeps coming through here in all the readings, though. There is an element of building skills, building talents, having more confidence in your own abilities. I just heard somebody finally figured out that they do not need anyone to come to their rescue, that they are capable of handling their life and what's going on in it. Does not mean you don't need people. It does not mean that. It means that you look to yourself before you reach out to other people to take care of your problems. You turn internally to say, I can handle this. I can do this. And then you do as much as you can before you say, I've reached my limit. I may need some help here. And then you willingly, openly ask for that help. And you're finding that you're receiving what you need much easier, much better now, because other people aren't seeing you as someone who's just incapable. Like when you reach out to everybody to help you take care of your situations and your problems, they look at you as an incompetent. Oh, this person can't take care of themselves. Why are they asking me? Why do I have to do everything for them? Why do I have to think for them? Why do I have to do this? And the sooner you realize that you're doing it on your own, that you're taking care of your own life and not asking others' opinions and this and that, then people are more than willing to help you when you truly need that assistance. All right, let's see what else is happening here. Libra energy, fair and balanced. I did hear somebody say that, bastard. Sorry. And I heard Lily, okay, I don't know. I'm going to leave that there. Libra energy of consideration, fairness, and harmony, trying to balance the scales. And where do we balance them first? We hold ourselves accountable for our own actions. We don't lay that on other people. And I'm getting that these are lessons you've been learning lately, that you've been experiencing, or you're about to, okay? Some of you are just coming into this energy. And it may feel very rough and difficult and challenging, but I promise you at the end, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. And you are going to be a much healthier, happier person after going through all this anxiety, stress, looking at your shadow side and dealing with the difficult situations in your life. Let's see what we've got here. Sagittarius energy, the optimism. See, keep that optimism, please. I know it will be difficult as you go through this, but try to hang on to your hope for the future, okay? Be the curious type, and when you have curiosity, that keeps that optimism going, and it allows you to break free from the difficult energies that you might be experiencing. Seraphina. I'm hearing Seraphina, Sarita, Darius, Darren. I'm hearing Sarge. All right, let's see what else we have here for you. We have Saturn. See, this is Saturn retrograde right now, and this is a difficult energy. This is the dark night of the soul energy, all right? So this says feeling restricted, feelings of restriction, experiencing struggles and difficulties, and feeling challenged by other people and situations. You're learning that those struggles come from not getting what you need from other people, and finding that you're able to get it with it from yourself, that you can provide what you need to provide yourself. Yes, you still need other people, but you count on yourself first. You're learning about hard work, the shadow work, the difficult side of ourselves that we have to look at and deal with. And we're learning to be patient with ourselves and others. Right now, it's very difficult. Everybody's feeling a little bit angsty from the Saturn retrograde energies here, okay? Or do I keep... Okay, I'm going to have to clarify because I keep saying retrograde. I'm wondering if it's return. Now I'm so confused. Okay, let me go ahead and see what the last card is here, and then we'll get you some advice from Spirit. All right, we've got House 8, Transformation. Oh boy, this is a perfect reading right here. It's about the transformation. It's about the karma, creating good karma. What do we want from ourselves? What do we want from our future? We're putting the energy in to create good karma, okay? We're facing our fears, and we're looking to the legacies we want to lean into, to become, to what we want to leave for others, the legacies that we're trying to build. So House 8, I would ask, I would check my birth chart and look into your 8th house and see what planet or, oh my gosh, what planet was in your house at that time. I know there's other aspects. What aspects were in effect at that time, okay? In your 8th house at your birth. Let's get some advice from Spirit. Let's get an oracle message here. This feels like dark times, but it's not really. It is, but it brings you into the light. It brings you hope. You may not feel it right now. You may feel so dark and despaired and just like the whole world's crashing down on you. But guess what? That means you've just hit rock bottom, and the only way to go from there is up. So hang in there, baby. You're on your way. Up, up, up. Banish a curse. Banish a curse. Incredible. Where is the book for this? I just accidentally stopped the video, so I had to restart. So, to banish a curse, this card can symbolize unfair treatment towards you. Yeah, absolutely. People might be coming down hard on you, but I think that it's more that they're just not willing to do for you what they know you can do for yourself. So a person who has a strong influence in your life, you may think they're mistreating you. They could have been, okay? Or they fail to see your point of view. The actions of others speaks for what's going on with them, not necessarily you, but it also can speak of where you're at. Are you taking what somebody says in grace with compassion as offensive? How are you receiving it? Keep that in mind. All right, so your worth does not change based on other people, okay? So they don't give you the value that you want. They don't give you the respect that you deserve unless you give it to yourself, okay? So you have to help yourself first. Isn't that in the Bible somewhere? God helps those who helps themselves. And yeah, even though that's, yeah, okay. So the pain or misunderstandings can disappear if we decide not to internalize the negativity. See, dwelling over what has been said means reliving those hurtful emotions over and over and over again and letting it control you, okay? Because that's what's happening when you overthink something, when you keep holding on to something negative that maybe somebody else said in love. You're just hurting yourself. All right. Right now, it's time to take a step back and allow new positive energy to embrace you, to help you get see things from a different perspective. Keep that optimism that people are kind, okay? That they're not meant to be cruel. There's a lot of cruel people out there. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But your viewpoint influences how you feel, not how they feel, not how they act. You have no control over any of that. But your optimism, your desire to heal, to move forward, to feel respected comes from you first. Okay, so think about what you can learn from the experiences that you're having right now, and understand that karma has your back because you are focusing on your future. You are building your legacy towards what you want in the future. All right, what else have we got here for you? Strong reading here. Definitely a strong energies that we're experiencing. So hang in there. You're doing great. You're taking one step at a time, and that's all we can do. Just one step at a time. All right, let's see what else we've got here for you. So banish the curse, okay? Banish the negative feelings. Don't allow what somebody else said to you or did to you affect you permanently. Let go of it. Release it. All right, you've got Iris, she who changes. All right, the transformation, the change, and the enchantment. I love that. Don't even need more there. All right, and then you have Meputla, she who guides. So you are being guided down a new path of renewal, hope. Okay, beautiful energies there. Somebody wants to hear Meputla. Let me find my book here. She who, this is the El Key Oracle, which means she who in French. Moputla. All right, so the message of this card is to look for a new path. Stop for a moment to consider a course correction. Listen for the sound of the bell in the song of a bird, the laugh of a child, or even in the call to worship. Promise yourself that you will make time for renewal. By honoring yourself with space and quiet, you will be able to more easily recognize the guideposts that you need to follow. Okay, you'll know what your next step is. This moment is not for action. Even the nuthatch bird must pause for a moment to locate the next tree. Questions you may want to ask yourself are, in what ways am I open to guidance, to changing how I feel, to seeing a different side of things? You can also ask yourself, where am I heading? And how am I heading in a direction I want to be going? Am I going to keep living my life this way? Maybe you are. Maybe it's a good life and you're happy. If you're unhappy right now and you want to make changes, where are you heading if you keep going the way you're going without changing anything? And then you can ask yourself, how do I change? What can I change? Don't try to change everything at once. That will overwhelm you. Focus on one thing and go with that. All right, so what can I do today to give myself some space and some quiet time so that I can look at one aspect of my life right now, and what can I do to improve that area? All right, my loves, I think I'm going to get you an oracle message. We're going to roll the letter dice, I heard. One more oracle message here. I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's the Queen of the Moon, since we're doing astrology here. All right, that makes sense. Go with the flow. Go with what's calling you. Look at this. LLSS. LLSS. Those could be initials. So you could be LLS. You could be LSS. You could be any combination of that. That may be a call for you. Your name might be Leo. I am hearing Laura. Laura. L-A-U-R-A. Laura. Turner keeps coming out when I look at Saturn. And I keep hearing Sandra. All right. And Terry keeps coming out. All right. We have fear. This is the waning gibbous moon. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, boy. Queen of the Moon oracle message. Oh, what's the number of the card here? Is that an 11? It's an 11. I know, that's really hard to see, isn't it? Oh, look at all the ravens. Oh, my gosh, if you did not catch the daily or the quick one, I don't know which one it was, but there were ravens and there were crows, and then there was a key to opening the cage. Oh my gosh, resonating with that message, so you may want to go check that out. I'll try to attach it to the end of this reading. All right. It says here, the time for courage is now. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. Oh, think about that. That was really profound. That just hit one of you or many of you right in your soul. Listen to that again. Fear is only useful if it teaches you something. And when you learn something, what happens? You go on to learn something else. You're at peace with what you've learned. Oh my gosh, you can release your fear if you have learned the lesson from that fear. What is it? What is your fear trying to teach you? Oh, take time to examine whether your fears are old or new. Are they useful or unhelpful? Fears can block your flow. So just let them go. If something hurt you in the past, you can't go back to the past and change it. Let it go. Don't give that person, don't give that thing energy over you. And you know what I'm hearing? That's what was happening here in your reading here. It's fear that's holding you back. It's fear that you're dealing with right now. You might think it's something else. You might think it's because people treated you badly, that they don't respect you, that they don't give you what you think you deserve. But really, that comes from fear. Fear of not being accepted, fear of rejection, fear of not having someone by your side that you can count on. But you have to count on yourself first. You have to give yourself the respect first. You have to look inside yourself and show how capable you are to you. And that breaks you free from your fears. That's incredible. I'm going to, did I read you that? Yeah, I did. Did I? No, I didn't. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, let me read this to you because I am being told there's a message in here that will resonate with at least a half dozen of you. If there is one thing that stops anyone from fulfilling their dreams or even getting something done that they really want done, it is fear. Experiencing fear is built into us as humans. It's a chemical part of the way our brains work to protect us. Emotions such as fear cause the production of a whole raft of body chemicals that gives us the best chance of coping with situations that need our attention to survive. So we feel stuck, we feel trapped, we feel confused, we don't know what to do, okay? The fear floods our bodies with these chemicals that try to help us figure this out. Flight or fight, okay? There is a healthy kind of fear, and that's the kind that warns us to keep out of a dangerous situation or steer clear of someone who instinctively makes us doubt ourselves, okay? Yeah, I understand that completely. I have learned that I cannot even stay in the same room sometimes with somebody who is just challenging to me. They can be perfectly fine with everyone else, but for some reason, our energies clash, and no matter how peaceful, how kind, or gentle I am with them, I cannot be in the same room with them. I mean, I try, and yet they're sitting behind me whispering about me. I just don't get it. So don't let other people have sway over your life. Now, that's a choice I make. I could just, ignore the energy when they're there, ignore the whispers, the laughs, the what have you. But you know what? I'm choosing not to put myself in this situation to begin with, because it's supposed to be a fun activity. And if I'm not having fun there, then I'm not going to go there on that night. There's plenty of other opportunities to have fun, just not when that one person is there. All right. And I will work through that to where I do get to eventually participate in that group again without worrying about or feeling that energy. All right. Let's see. There is a healthy kind of fear, and that kind of fear warns us to keep out of a dangerous situation or to stay clear of people who instinctively make us doubt ourselves or make us question them. However, it would be a rare person who does not have at least one fear that does not serve them. A fear that is unrealistic or untrue, or perhaps based on an outdated experience, or something that is buried so deeply within us that we only see the symptoms rather than the fear itself, okay? Most fears have formed from the positive intent of protection. That's where they usually come from, a positive intent of protection. We need to separate that intention out and deal with it in a more resourceful and less destructive way if we want to create ease and flow in our lives. All right. So fear, by the way, has many names. Covert ones are envy, jealousy, codependency, procrastination, bullying. Okay, so the person who's doing that to me is in that state, and I know that's where they're at. They are very sick, and this is how they're dealing with their facing the possibility of the end of their life. Okay, and I'm sure that's very scary, and I'm not going to add to that. But I'm not going to be a punching bag for them either. She needs to deal with her own stuff. All right. So let's see what we have here. It also can be people pleasing and disconnection from others. Obviously, it's not necessarily a fear of mine. Yeah, it triggers back to a fear. Moreover, ones are avoidance, failure, fear of failure, or fear of success. There is, however, a kind of antidote to fear, and it is called courage. Fear will put up an initial resistance to courage, but it has no real long-term power against it. While we can be fearful and courageous at the same time, and I think courage contains a mighty big dose of fear, we can choose to face that fear and flow through it until we fear less and then eventually become fearless. We also need to know when to leave, when to stay, when to listen, and when not to. Because the more I hear that woman and what she says, I could internalize that because I know that I've got a past of trauma, okay? I'm not going to allow myself to hear things that are going to cause me to backslide, okay? And I'm saying that because I think somebody out there needs to realize that that's what's happening. All right. So the process is not always graceful, and it isn't always impressive because it may be slow and deliberate steps that we have to take. But taking these steps isn't always easy, is an understatement. It isn't always apparent to other people that we are going through these situations. So it should be about us internalizing how far we have come and not worrying about whether other people see it or know it, okay? They can't know what's going on inside of us. So don't worry about what other people think. Comparing yourself to somebody else's life or how they're doing or any aspect or thinking that they can see inside of us, don't do that. It's useless. Courage is powerful no matter what form it takes. So be courageous. Find your internal strength. It's ugly. It's difficult. It's challenging. But like I keep saying, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You come out a much healthier, stronger, more confident person. All right, my loves, I hope you've enjoyed this message. Oh, got the letter dice here. Let's see what's going to come out. Robert, Raylan, Ryan, Perry, Popeye, like Popeye? Okay. Nopal. I keep hearing proven, but I think it's like a religious name. I don't know. Somebody help me here. Proven, but it's like a girl's name. I keep hearing and seeing different things. It's really weird. Wolf is like a last name or somebody's spirit animal. Nolan, Wanda, Ray, Wray, Rhea, Rozzy, Roxanne, Apex, Zappa. It's wild. I'll re-roll it. Mercy, Mary, Muffin, oh, maybe Muffin, Murphy, Dante, Nancy, Cadence, Lance, Kelly, Mazzy, Roland, Salamander, Salami, Samuel, Messina, Lederman, Mead, M-E-A-D, Mendel, Mendez, Vern, I'm hearing versus, Vestal, Wenzel, Luz, Lenny, Lavita, Sunny, Quentin, Queens, like the city Queens, Queensland, I just heard that, Wagner, Wafer, LaFever, Fowler, Iron, okay, it's starting to rain again, Lakita, Tequila, tequila, I love it, tequila, I don't know, Yanni, okay, hang on, I get the word year and then it disappears, so Yardley, Glenn, Glover. All right, that's what I've got for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please tickle, tap, booper, zap that like button for me. Claim this in the comments. And until our energy crosses again, I'm wishing you much peace, love, and happiness. Bye-bye.